What's going on, you guys? It's your huggable hipster here, and welcome back to an episode of Psychologically Gaming. I'm so excited to bring this series back. You have no idea. Here are the glasses. It makes me look more professional, but there's some dirt on it. Scrub-dub-dub. I think we're good. The light will be an issue anyway, but we'll work with it. I'm so excited. Honestly, I've been wanting to do a Psychologically Gaming on this character for a very long time. So you see, the thing with Doom Guy is it's not only psychological, but it's also philosophical as well. The main thing behind Doom Guy is that we don't see his face. We never get a chance to actually get a look at the guy. Kind of funny, but also very telling, because Doom Guy allows you to take on the role of this character. Like, not seeing his face makes it a perfect situation. Reason being is because you get to put yourself as that character. You get to insert yourself as Doom Guy. You get to be the player that is actually taking out all of these hellions and all of these different beasts. Now, as it is stated here in this lovely definition for you guys, Purgatory, as stated here, is a place or state of suffering inhabited by the souls of sinners who are expiating their sins before going to heaven. Now, the thing is that people think that, oh, well, what's the difference between Purgatory and Hell? Hell is a place of that is great suffering. Purgatory is like a waiting room. But if we're looking actually at it from Catholicism, Purgatory is that stage of afterlife where the soul does suffer before it can go into heaven. So in my eyes, I don't see that much of a difference. I mean, you know, if you're going to hell, you're going straight to the suffering. If you're going to purgatory, you know, you're suffering, but you're going to get the goods afterwards. But then there's other things called hell purgatory, which it has to do with the Vatican Council, all that kind of stuff. I'm not going to get into that today, but there is a strong semblance of purgatory, and there's a strong semblance of reincarnation within this game as well. Something I also mentioned in my article, which, by the way, if you guys want to read my Doom article or see the review, you guys can find that link down in the description below. The thing with this game is that there's so much philosophy, even more so than psychology, I would have to say, because it is heavily imbued with all of these senses of resurrection and purgatory and religious connotations, and just these things that plagued my thoughts with, well, if the sufferer, i.e. Doom Guy, is not actually suffering from any mental condition, what's going on? This is where you, Doom Guy, the player, comes in. Remember when I said before, we don't ever see Doom Guy's face, you know? I think that's just because the developers wanted to have that sense of immersion where it's first person, you are Doom Guy, you are the person that is beating all of these different hellions. The psychology behind that is you are the person who is suffering intentionally. You are the person who is in their own hell or purgatory or their own resurrection. And what makes me think that this more has to do with you being Doom Guy, you having all of your own issues and problems going into this game. And the beauty about this character is that you go into this with all of your own suffering, all of your own conceptualizations, all of your own idealisms and everything as Doom Guy. Male, female, bisexual, transgender, whatever you identify as, you are going in to this game with a mindset. You become the character of Doom Guy. And something beautiful that I found actually in an article here is that the Marine, another name for Doom Guy essentially, is not referred to by name in the original game. Romeo described this choice as an increasing player immersion. There was never a name for Doom Marine because it's supposed to be you, the player. Now, the characterization for the Doom Guy, or the Marine, is, for the original conceptualization as it states here, is a muscular man standing 6'2", 187.96 centimeters tall, weighing 230 pounds. They want the person, the player, to feel like they can conquer anything. This is absolutely perfect for somebody's self-esteem. If we want to compare anything, any psychology, anything to this character, is that this guy's a real ego booster. One thing that I found really fascinating and interesting, throughout all of the games, every single one of them, the Doom Guy shows little to no emotion at all whatsoever. You are literally just playing as this hell-sweeping vacuum cleaner for all intents and purposes, and you are there to clean up the mess that is left behind. This is a strong indicator of emotional residue that you have to clean up, maybe in your personal life, whatever you may be going through. The reaction from the Doom Guy in earlier games is mostly a mixture of, alertness, pain, anger, a lot of things that us in our carnal states of emotion we experience if we're going through a traumatic instance, or we're upset, or we're hurt, whatever it may be. This Doom guy or Marine is showing us the most primal emotion that we can have as a human. And this is the first time ever in a psychologically gaming episode that I'm recording of where the character is completely subjective. You can create your own Doom guy. You literally can be whatever kind of Doom guy you want. You can be the one that expresses anger or pain or hurt or betrayal, whatever it may be. You can be your own Doom guy. And I think that is the most empowering thing ever to realize, that when you're going through these games, and you know, you may just see an action game. Some of you, not saying all of you, some of you might just see an action game where you're killing, you know, demons and monsters and everything like that. But it's really empowering, actually. This character, for what it is, it's very empowering. When I was a kid and I used to play these games, either when I was waiting in, you know, the nurse's office for my mom to pick me up, or I would play them on the computer, you know, with my dad when I was young, there was always this sense of you were the character. There was never this sense of you were playing as another character. There was never that detachment. There was always that unison, that unity feeling of, oh, I am this character. I am the one beating these creatures and these monsters. And handled the right way, I feel like this could be a wonderful coping mechanism for people who have PTSD, people who really want to take control in their lives. Now, is this going to be working for a therapy session whenever you go into your doctor and you're like, hey, let me just play some Doom, I'll be okay? No, it's not going to work for every situation. And that, you know, you have to just be realistic. But I feel like, you know, it could work for people who want to take control back in their own lives, who want to realize that they're in power, they are in control of absolutely everything in their own life. And I feel like that's what Doom Guy represents, the Marine, whatever you want to call him. This is what Doom Guy represents here, is the emotional, physical, and mental stability of having control. Now, sometimes you'll get one of those little red orbs and then you tend to lose emotional control. But even those little things, that actually brings up another interesting point. Those little orbs of where you can control your rage, you know, you can have, you know, weapons upgrades and everything like that. Those different outbursts of energy could also be deemed as loss of emotional control. Of where in Doom 2016, I remember playing through it and you had these different energy balls that you could collect. I forget the actual name for them, so pardon me for my lack of memory. But there are these energy bursts that you could collect of where you would just be seeing red and you would tear apart these demons and everything. And this is where you could, like, you know, get these energy bursts and collect these different orbs that, where, you know, you just are seeing red and you are actually just losing emotional control, which is very dangerous. And it's actually showing a representation of what it looks like whenever you lose emotional control. Now, when you lose emotional control, you're not, you know, going on a killing spree, but whenever you're losing emotional control, you feel angry, you feel like you just want to tear everything apart. And that's what this is kind of personifying here to an extent. But you guys, that was Doom Guy analyzed from a psychological perspective from somebody who has their BA in psychology. Do I have any licensing whatsoever to even analyze people? No, but I can sure as hell analyze game characters. So you guys, I hope you all enjoyed this episode of Psychologically Gaming. If you all like my face and what I do, please be sure to subscribe and hit that bell down below because I make videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. But stay casually nerdy, you guys, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace.